welcome everybody to Archmarathon 2014. I'm glad to welcome here on the stage our chair judge who are going to open today the event. So welcome to Luca Molinari. A big round of applause. And welcome to Lucy Bullivant.
So, here we are. 15 minutes of academic pause, and then we are ready to start. First of all, I will introduce very fast the jury members. I think it's very important for you to know who we are and why we are here. I think this group is composed by 5 of the most interesting independent architectural critics and curators from 3 different continents, which I think is an amazing combination. All of them, shares an immense interest in architecture as a way to investigate contemporary world, offering challenging and open solutions and visions. So we are no more interested in styles, but we are interested in good solutions for the next future. And I think we will share different points of view, which is the most interesting things. From difference and dialogues come out the best solutions, offering you critical comments and overview and trying to help all of us to move around through these 42 fantastic works of architecture and designers from 20 different countries or from all over the world. So, very fast, who we are. Lucy Bullivant, the co-curator, the co-chair. Lucy Bullivant is a leading architecture critic and curator and author and consultant who investigates and evaluates innovative synergies in a contemporary architecture and urban design between theory and practice across cultures. She works internationally with leading museums, galleries, cultural and educational institutions, publisher, corporate and profit body, a really busy life, as we know. And in February 2013, she founded urbanista.org, a new web zine of critical analysis of urban design. She's an adjunct professor in history and theory of urban design at Syracuse University in London from autumn 2013. Andreas Ruby, could you stand up, please? Is he? He's from Germany. He's an architectural critic, curator, teacher, and publisher. He has taught architectural theory at Cornell University, à l'École nationale supérieure d'architecture Paris-Malaquais, and recently at Umea School of Architecture. As a co-founder of TextBuild, an office for architectural communication, he has organized several international symposiums and exhibitions on architecture and design, such as the Min to Max Min Symposium on affordable housing and the traveling exhibition Dreux, Lacaton and Vassal, Tour Bois de Petre. He is a co-founder of the German architectural debate platform www.bcult.de and of the award-winning architectural publishing house Ruby Press. Megumi Yamashita, she. Megumi is a journalist writing about architecture and design. She was born in Japan and spent some of her childhood in India. In 1993, she moved to London, where she's living, having previously worked as a designer in Tokyo. After studying for the MA at the University College of London in Museum Studies, she began to write about European architecture and design from various publications in Japan. Over the past 20 years, she has traveled around the world looking at architecture, speaking with architects, and writing about the experience. Noura Al-Sayed is here. She's an architect currently working at the Ministry of Culture of Bahrain and as the head of architectural affairs, where she's responsible for overseeing the planning and implementation of cultural institutions and museums, as well as the creation of an active agenda of exhibition and academic exchange initiatives. Previously, she worked as an architect in New York, Jerusalem, and Amsterdam. She was the co-curator of Reclaim, Bahrain's first participation at the 12th Venice Biennale in Venice 2010, which was awarded with the Golden Lion for the best national participation, and the curator of The Background, Bahrain's second participation at Venice Biennale in 2012. Alongside her works for Minister of Culture in Bahrain, she works as an independent architect on projects in Brazil, Nablus, and Bahrain as well. Paul Markowski, here he is an editorial director of an award-winning publication, Metropolis magazine. Formerly, he was managing the editor of the Twice magazine and the Smithsonian Fellow at the Kobe Hewitt National Design Museum, where he worked on the exhibition and catalog Mixing Messages, Graphic Design and Contemporary Culture. He recently curated the exhibition Knoll Textiles, 1945-2010, and contributed to the accompanying catalog, which is published by Yale University Press. And now he's currently working on a biography of the life and works of Florence Knoll. Well, that's me and myself. I'm living and working in Milan. I'm an associate professor of history of architecture. I was reading my name. Associate professor of history of contemporary architecture in Naples. And I'm a curator. I was the head curator of architecture at the Triennale of Milano and the curator of the National Pavilion, Italian National Pavilion, the Biennale of Venice 2010. And actually, I'm the head curator of Abitare magazine. So I leave to Lucy the introduction to the contents, and thank you all for everything. I think it will be three very exciting days of work together.
Thank you, Luca, very much indeed, and welcome everybody. Benvenuti a tutti. It's a real pleasure to be here, and I speak for all the judges when I say we are profoundly proud to be helping to support Simona Finessi in helping to realize her fantastic brainchild, Archmarathon. And we really sincerely hope that everybody in the audience gains benefit and enjoyment from the long weekend of the whole event. So, okay, so I was asked to explain a little bit about the reasons why the judges chose what they were looking at. So, as Luca's already said, we made a long list. It was well over 100. The practices are represented, let's say 42 from over 22 different countries. Each different practice, each different individual group of people, they present an accomplished project completed during the last 2 years, as I think has been stated very well. One feature that unites the shortlist, and in fact united the long list, was we were looking for, and we found, diversity. We found a range of places where people came from, different countries, different cultural, ethnic backgrounds, different areas of the world practices, and also a huge array of different creative strategies evidenced. So we also found some people had inevitably far more international acclaim than others, due to luck and talent and a mix of the both, and others are less well known, and they're starting to emerge. And I have to say, sometimes that period of emergence goes on for an awful long time, but also there is a benefit to taking some time, because it's healthy, you gather very valuable skills. And also opportunities to present your work like this emerge in the process. So each project is a contender and is on exhibition here for the whole of the long weekend. And essentially, the whole project aims to explore the most relevant issues in architecture, contemporary architecture across cultures. And that is really reflected also in the makeup of our judging panel. Now, we as a group of individuals, we all have our very distinct tastes, but we also complement each other in our views and our approaches. So across the 9 categories, arts being museums, galleries, libraries, religious buildings, and community spaces, which of course are included by what I just said as well, education, sports, workspaces, urban design and regeneration, private housing, mixed tenure housing, transport, retrofitting, and refurbishment. We were searching for, no surprise here, original, inventive, conceptual responses to and interpretations of the brief in each case. We were looking definitely for a challenging of traditions, a challenging of typological and spatial customs. But also, conversely, we're also looking for the courage to reunite with certain traditions, but doing that in an innovative and even surprising way. So also work that makes a genuine civic contribution, dialoguing with the site, with its urban, rural, cultural and social contexts, even if that context is degraded or has only just been remediated. So there appears to not be much there. You are always responding to a context, a social, economic, spiritual context, in fact. So that means creating something larger than the sum of the parts, something that is humane, ingenious, technically rigorous and resourceful, using original research strategies of your own and your collaborators, who may be multidisciplinary professionals, to advance design, which has to be synthesized and balanced with the inevitable limitations of time, space, and budget, unfortunately. But that helps the strength of the project. Strong messages, communicative value. As energy is such a big issue, and building is inevitably an energy-intensive exercise, so strong evidence of robust strategies in place for low energy, and that is through various means. That could be through retrofitting and recycling, a very lateral thinking approach to use of technologies and materialities, and so on, and a credible plan for social sustainability. And that actually means not guaranteeing that there will be lots more jobs in future, but somehow, in a way, having a spirit that can lay certain positive foundations for the building of a better society in the future. So we each have our own tastes and concerns. We are very, very keen on the idea that the work relates to the desires and the needs of communities, groups, and individuals. And a big question is, what does this building feel like for the end users, day after day? Does it last? You know, do people even become very fond of that building, fall in love with it, meet new friends and network in it, and so on, learn things they never thought they would ever learn? Also, if we know that, and we may not know, is it popular? In some cases, it's not known, and that's fine, that's legitimate. The other thing is also, some projects are very low budget. The incredible ability to extract potential from a very low budget is also very important. So it's successfully negotiating the new and the old. That's a very complex relationship, whether from my home country in the UK or Italy or in many, many cultures. Actual and latent resources and possibilities, vernacular and languages that are complementary to that, formal and informal modes of organization, the inspiration of nature, structure, light, color, materiality, and capacity for hybridity. So highly perceptive insight, sound judgment, thoughtfulness about how to apply your advanced architectural skills, use of technologies, materials, economy and poetry, humor, if it's appropriate, always goes down well. We never forget Vitruvius's love of delight. That's not going to go out of fashion tomorrow. And effective processes interconnected to generate vital new life forms. So it just leaves me to say I wish you all the very, very best of luck. Thank you very much.